Sister, the story of Ruth Wayne and her problems as a woman, as well as a nurse, a wife, and a mother. Today's episode in just a moment after this message from our sponsor. When Fred Davis stopped to see John Wayne about an hour ago, John told him that Diane had been there earlier that evening, but that she had left and wasn't coming back. Actually, John should have known better than to try and predict anything about Diane, for the two men had barely left the apartment when Diane did come back. She's standing in the middle of the room now, looking around.
Hello. Who are you?
What? Oh, that's a very good question. Who are you?
My name's Steele, Pete Steele. I'm a friend of Dr. Wayne's.
Steele? Oh, yes. I think I've heard him talk about you. I'm Diane Carville.
Diane Carville, huh? I don't think I ever heard him talk about you.
No, you probably didn't. After all, he is a gentleman.
Ah, like that, huh?
Like what?
Look, suppose we just start all over again. Where is the doctor, you know?
No, I don't. He was here about an hour ago. I had to go out for something, and when I came back, he was gone.
Oh? Was he expecting somebody for supper?
What makes you ask?
That table set for two.
Oh, that. Yes, he was supposed to have supper with me, but,
Stood up, huh? Maybe, you and I ought to have a little talk.
Why?
Well, we're both friends of his. Both interested in him.
All right. I'll just shut the door and, Well?
So you had a fight, huh?
Is it that obvious?
Yeah, you said you were supposed to have supper with him. Then you went out, and when you came back, he was gone.
Well, that doesn't mean we had a fight. Actually, it was... Well, it was an argument, and I left.
So you've got trouble with him, too, huh? That's interesting.
Why?
I thought maybe it was just me. Now, why should anyone go for a guy that's always walking around with a chip on his shoulder anyway?
Are you asking me that or yourself?
Both of us.
You do like him, then.
I like him a lot.
Why?
Maybe you sure can ask questions, can't you?
You don't have to answer them.
You're telling me. Yeah, but I don't mind. It's all on the level. He did something for me in the doctoring line. Something pretty big, even though he doesn't think it was. And he's never given me a chance to do anything for him. Now, I'm not used to that. I don't like it. I don't like for anyone to owe me anything, and I don't like owing anyone else anything. So, well, I keep coming around to see if maybe he hasn't gotten into a jam or something I can help him out of. Or if maybe there isn't something else I can do for him.
I see. Yes, it does sound on the level.
I'm glad you think so. After all, it wouldn't do for us to be bad friends, would it?
No. Now, just what did you have in mind when you said you could help him?
Oh, any number of things. I've got dough and I've got influence. You can do quite a lot when you got both of them.
Yes.
If he wants to go into practice, open an office here, I'll back him. I'll get him the office, pay for the equipment, see that he gets more patients than he can handle. If he's tired of doctoring and wants to do something else, well, I got a pretty big organization. Well, some of it I wouldn't let him touch, but a lot of it is as legit as a Sunday school. And if he wanted to, he could come in on that.
I see. Of course, it is a little hard to talk for John, especially right now, but there's a lot there that's worth thinking about. Anyway, it's nice to know that you're on my team.
On your team? Don't move in quite so fast, baby. And look, you've been asking me an awful lot of questions, but you haven't been answering any yourself. You still haven't told me exactly where you fit in on this deal.
What do you mean?
Well, if my memory's going back on me, the doc's a married man. Got a wife in Glen Falls, a very nice one, too. Well, maybe you didn't know that.
Of course I know it.
Well?
You were talking about Sunday schools a minute ago. You don't teach at one, Bunny, do you?
Oh, no, baby. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. And more power to you.
The story of Big Sister will continue after this message from our sponsor. Let's go to Glen Falls now, to the large, rambling house on the quiet street where Frank Wayne lives.
Do I look all right, Ruth?
Very nice, I think.
Oh, I spent so much time getting my hair up this way. Oh, hello, Frank.
Hello, Hope. Ruth!
How are you, Frank?
I can't tell you how happy I am to see you, that you changed your mind and decided to come anyway.
A woman's prerogative, you know.
Well, I'm just delighted. But come in, won't you? Both of you.
Thanks, Frank.
I thought we'd sit in here in the living room. And where's Nettie?
Oh, him. Well, he got a call from Mr. Parker just when we were ready to leave. You know, the gas station where he used to work. Something went wrong with a compressor or something. They wanted him to come down and look at it. So, like a dummy, he went.
Well, I think that was very nice of him. But he'll be coming along later, won't he?
Oh, yes, of course. He said he wouldn't be more than a few minutes.
Oh, well, that's fine then, fine.
Well, where's everybody else? Are we too early or something?
Why, I didn't plan on anybody else, Hope. When I said a party, I meant just us, the family. I thought that...
Oh, well, that's all right, Frank. I just didn't understand, that's all.
If I'd known you wanted a big crowd...
Oh, no, you're absolutely right. It is better this way. Much better. Besides, I hope this won't be the last time we're invited.
I sincerely hope not. Well, this really is an occasion, isn't it, Ruth?
Yes, I suppose it is.
Only 2 missing places at the festive board. We had a festive board, John and Richard. Wouldn't you know?
You want me to answer it for you, Frank?
Thanks, Hope, no. It's probably the call I've been expecting all afternoon from Washington. Instead of boring you with a lot of dull talk, I'll take it upstairs. Will you excuse me?
Oh, of course, Frank, sure. Gee, 2 phones. And a call from Washington. I guess he must be a pretty important guy. Gee, who do you suppose it is? A senator or a congressman or something?
It's possible. After all, he does own a newspaper. And there's an election coming up fairly soon.
Yeah. You still don't like him, do you?
Frank? What makes you say that?
I've got eyes in my head. You haven't hardly said a word to him the whole time you've been here.
I'm sorry if I haven't been cordial enough to suit you, Hope. But I don't believe in hypocrisy.
You think it would make you a hypocrite to be, well, just a little more pleasant to him?
And I don't feel particularly warm toward him? Don't trust him? Yes.
Well, if you feel that way, why did you come here tonight anyway?
I'm under the impression that I came because you wanted me to. Because that was the only way you could get Nettie to come. And because for some reason that seemed very important to you.
It is important. It's very important. But if you're just going to sit here all night like a bottle of sour milk...
Look, Hope, we almost had a quarrel before at your house. If that's what you're looking for, I'm perfectly willing to have one now. But at least let's have it about something that means something. For instance, I'd like to know exactly why you thought it was so important for Nettie to come here tonight.
Why? Because I told Frank he'd come, that's why. And because... Well, I don't think there's anything in the world that's more important than your family. It probably doesn't mean so much to you because you've always had one, but I've always been alone. Completely alone in the world. No one to turn to.
What about your Uncle, Hope?
Uncle? What uncle?
The one that just died and left you $5,000.
Oh. Oh, him. Well, you can't really call him family. I mean, he lived way out in Chicago, and the last time I saw him was
You
so
didn't
long...
really have an uncle, did you?
What do you mean?
I suspected it all along. But I didn't want to make an issue of it. You don't have an uncle and never did have.
So what?
Whether you did or didn't isn't important. The only thing that is important is where you got the money.
Money?
Yes, the money you said you inherited from your non-existent uncle.
Well, what difference does that make?
It makes a lot of difference. It was a lot of money. Because you used it to get Nettie involved in something he never would have considered otherwise. Buy a garage. And because now Nettie's responsible for it.
Well, why is he responsible? After
Because
all,
a husband is legally responsible for his wife's death. Because Nettie would want to be responsible, even if there wasn't a law about it. Now, will you tell me where you got it?
All right. Sure, I'll tell you. I got it from Frank. That's right, from Frank. He wanted to lend it to Nettie. Nettie wouldn't take it. So we dreamed up my inheriting it. So now you know. And you probably did know it all along, but now you know for sure. And I hope you're happy.
I didn't know, Hope. I suspected, yes. As for being happy, no, I can't say that I am.
Without anger, almost with compassion, Ruth looks at Hope, and Hope drops her eyes. And even though she's still trembling with fury herself, Hope knows that when Ruth said she was not happy about what she had just learned, it was a classic understatement. And now a message from our sponsor. Join us tomorrow on Big Sister. Lee Stevens speaking. Big Sister is a production of Nano Radio.